Do you ever find yourself just steaming some vegetables or throwing together a really simple salad and finding that it's really not that delicious, flavorful, or satisfying as the meal that you were hoping for? You're not alone. Sometimes when we're really just learning to master the art of cooking, especially with plant-based meals, this can totally happen. But the more that you understand taste and flavor profiles and textures, the less likely you are going to experience this sense of fatigue or blandness or blah in the kitchen. So understanding how to balance, enhance, and also layer taste and create these really nice complex flavor profiles gives you the power that you need to just alter, adjust, and also create these recipes that you're really craving. So I'm gonna give you a few simple cooking tips that you can use whenever you're making your next plant-based meals. You can be the head chef of your own kitchen doing this. I'd also love to hear from you. How many days a week do you cook fresh meals from home? I'd love to know where you're at so that I can create more videos just like this for you to meet you where you are. Hey there, I'm Mikkel Kuinga, registered dietitian, founder of Nutrition Stripped, and creator of the Method membership. And I'm really happy that you're here. I'm here to guide you on how to eat more plant-based, more whole foods on a daily basis, while also making that entire process really easy, mindful, and so much more enjoyable. There's a few simple hacks that I'm excited to share with you in this video that can really help make you feel that your food is delicious, you're excited about it, and also add some vibrancy to your plant-based meals. So the first tip is to change up the flavor factor. Now, if you've been following me for quite some time, you know that my simple framework for creating a balanced meal with ease is called my Foundational 5 system, which includes 5 elements: protein, healthy fat, starchy and non-starchy carbohydrates, and a flavor factor. If you want to learn more about how to use the Foundational 5 to create healthy eating habits, then I will link my free guide for you to download after watching this video that has all of the things that you need to know, all the details, dozens of tips and practices for you to use. But with the flavor factor, you can easily change up any dish by simply the way that you season it. A new herb or a new sauce, a different dressing, or even playing around with fresh herbs and fresh spices. So for example, one of my go-to flavor factors is a drizzle of tahini with fresh lemon juice, salt, pepper, and garlic. It is so good on top of sauteed kale, grains, tempeh, you name it. But if I want that and I want to use a different combination of ingredients for a meal, so I can just change it up. So instead, I might use my homemade buffalo sauce, which is so delicious on tempeh, or maybe instead of using the tahini dressing, I use like an herb vinaigrette. The key is to familiarize yourself with all of these different combinations of herbs and spices and sauces that you already like, and just pair them together nicely so that you can pull together a really quick meal just from the top of your head. So you may already know a few things that you've made in the past that you really enjoy. But if you need some inspiration, you can head over to nutritionstrip.com and look at all of the seasonings, the sauces, glazes, marinades, dressings that I use in some of my recipes that I think you're really going to enjoy. Most are only a few ingredients, and they also take like a minute or two for them to be thrown in a bowl or even in a blender to mix together. So tip number 2 is to pay attention to textures. I love this little hack. It is so quick and easy to do, but can really balance out a meal tremendously. So whenever you're making a meal, make sure that you have a variety of textures. Maybe something chewy, something crunchy, crispy, soft, you name it. This is another reason why I love the Foundational 5, because when you have all of those key elements, all of your macronutrients on your plate, you'll find yourself naturally having different flavors, different textures. And when you add nuts and seeds for healthy fats, it also adds a nice crunch or crispy element to the dish. And when you add things like a radish or a cucumber or romaine lettuce to the Foundational 5 Nourish Bowl, you get that crisp and a little bit of watery texture. Things like tofu or beans give you that soft and chewy or creamy texture. And another way to play with texture is to change up the way that you're cutting your fruits and your vegetables. This is a huge tip. We can sometimes get in such a habit of always chopping in the same way, since it's such a common and easy cut, right? But there are so many ways that you can cut and slice veggies. Julienne, slice, mince, dice. If you've ever used a spiralizer, you can try that out to make veggie noodles. I have a lesson on this inside of my Method membership where I really dive in deep because I am such a big believer that a few basic cooking skills can really help transform your healthy eating habits and also make it way more efficient in the kitchen and also a lot of fun. Both of which are so important when you're trying to maintain healthy eating habits on a daily basis every single day of the year. And this change in texture is such a fun way to give new life and vibrancy to one of your favorite go-to dishes. Tip number 3, play with serving it at a different temperature than you normally would. This is often overlooked. We don't even really think about this, right? But another really simple way, especially with plant-based and whole foods, to give them a totally different vibe and a different taste and experience is to serve them either hot or cold. So for example, you might be used to adding cooked hot chickpeas to the top of like a nice warm Nourish bowl, but chickpeas taste delicious served cold, room temperature, or hot too. You can make a chickpea salad that's great as a side dish or crispy chickpeas for salad toppers. Same goes with potatoes, broccoli, gluten-free pasta, along with so many other foods that we're just used to eating hot. They can all be dressed up differently, they can be served cold too. And on the other hand, foods that you're used to serving cold, like for example strawberries or other fruits, taste so different and still so delicious when they're served hot in a porridge or in a hot dessert. And another example of this is with salads. So many salads, most of salads, are served cold, but a warm grain salad is just as tasty and hearty. Again, after you watch this video, feel free to explore my YouTube channel or head to my website for hundreds of free recipes just like this. I have all plant-based, gluten-free, and dairy-free recipes that you can try and be a little bit flexible with. Now, the next tip is to learn to use a variety of cooking techniques. So just as I mentioned earlier, we often get so used to that habit of like chopping things out since it's so common and it's really easy, we can end up getting stuck a little bit using that same cooking technique as well. But cooking the same foods in different ways totally changes up the flavor and texture of any dish. So here are a few beginner-friendly cooking techniques that I love to use. So steaming, stir fry, roast, poaching, blanching, grilling, these are all really easy. So try learning at least one new technique that you can start to use on your regular cooking and just notice how your dish changes and also notice how you enjoy it. My 5th tip is for you to buy a new ingredient that maybe you don't cook at home, but you love and you enjoy it when you go to a restaurant or when you have like a family or friend make you a meal. Try to find something that you haven't tried before as well. And it's okay to get a little bit out of your comfort zone, but do it slowly and do it simply. So sometimes I've seen some of my members try to get out of their comfort zone and they end up making really, really complex recipes with ingredients and cooking techniques that they've never, ever tried before. And it ends up being a little bit more stressful, maybe a little bit more challenging or more time consuming. So just keep it simple and play with one simple ingredient that's brand new for you to cook. I just did this the other day with artichokes. I saw it in the store and I realized it wasn't something that I had cooked with in a really long time. So I was excited. I picked it up and I picked up a few actually and simply played around with finding some recipe inspiration that looked like something I would really enjoy and that we would eat throughout the week. So I made a really simple and delicious recipe with little lemon, olive oil, salt and pepper, and we'll definitely be adding that to our regular rotation more often. So the next time that you're making your grocery list, just ask yourself, what's one new thing that I could try this week? It could be a new vegetable or superfood or protein or grain, but doing this every now and then will help you find some new favorites. It will help you expand your cooking skills. It'll also add in more nutrient variety, which is always a win. So now you have 5 easy ideas to help you make every nutritious meal also really delicious. Let me know which one you're excited to try below. I love hearing from you. Also be sure to grab my guide for creating healthy eating habits with ease, and it's packed with more tips just like this along with the Nutrition Stripped community's favorite plant-based recipes. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this every single week, and also watch my other videos linked here that can help you create healthy eating habits that last for you 365 days a year. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and remember, health is a daily practice.